Hi there, Loy from loymachedo.com. Today I got an email from Arif Mohammed. Apparently he's from India. He wrote to me, could you ask, when time permits, please answer me the question about public speaking and how to become a trainer. I've seen a lot of trainers in Kerala, but none of them are world class. They come with a laptop, make PowerPoint presentations, and they talk. It doesn't look good for me. Thank you for reading. I appreciate for giving me value to my questions and responses. All right. Okay, now Arif, couple of things here. First and foremost is you're speaking about two different points. One is public speaking and one is training. Okay, the trainers that normally come down from companies, they are only interested to make a point. They are only interested to do their job. They are not looking for becoming the world's best. The world's best, normally what they do is they tend to have their own businesses, they tend to be enterprising, they tend to try to be the best in the industry. Most of the trainers in other companies, they just come there, they're just bored of their life, they just come there to give you a little bit of data, hope that you swallow this data and show some signs of improvement. So if you're looking to really improve, now there are three aspects. One is, not two, three aspects. First is public speaking, second one is training, third one is PowerPoint. So I'll address all the three. Now, for public speaking, I'll give you 10 points. For training, I'll give you 5 points. And for PowerPoint also, I'll give you 5 points. All right. So how to become a better public speaker? The first one is get a speaking mentor or coach, because if you really want to improve, one lifetime is not enough to make all the mistakes. Instead of making all the mistakes by yourself, wasting time, wondering what works, what does not work, get a speaking coach or mentor. He would be able to take you forward. And if you don't have a mentor, well, check out videos on YouTube. Nowadays, information and education is available for free. The second one is where public speaking is concerned, you need to really have experience. There is no public speaker without experience. So when I started off my career, at the age of public speaking career, that is at the age of, I think, 14 or 15. And when I look back today, I would say, obviously, I've become better. So over the period of time, you become better. So you need to really give yourself time. The next one is write your speech down word for word. It's very important to write your speech down word for word, because then you come to know what is it that you're trying to say. It's very easy to just keep talking for hours and hours and think that you're doing a great job. Well, actually, when you write down word for word, and when you see it by yourself, you'll recognize how much should I say and what I should not say. The next one is after you write down your speech word for word, listen to it. Normally what I do is I record my speeches and I listen to them, so I know which are the areas to improve. And that is the only way you can improve, because when you see yourself speaking, you know whether you're good or not good. The next one, number 5, is whatever you have to say. Suppose you have to speak 100 words, cut it down to 50 words, because then what happens is you only cherry pick the ones which are the best. You don't say things which are extra and not required. Number 6 is make a point and tell a story. Always have a point. Let's say, for example, you're trying to make a point that hard work helps you succeed. Then give them a story about it. Make the point and give a story. So that really helps, instead of giving theory, because anyone can give a theory. Point number 7 is get critics. Have a pool of people who can actually criticize your work and help you improve. But make sure that those people are not just audience members, but also experienced speakers. I have a bunch of people whom I read out the speech, or I tell them and they give me feedback. That helps me improve. Point number 8 is make it short. Don't make it too long. And if you have to make it short, what happens is people tend to listen better. Point number 9 is make it interesting. Don't bore them to death. I know this is common sense, but not many people use it. And point number 10 is practice, practice, practice. There is never a day where you practice is too less. Practice, always practice more and more, and you become better. And if I were to give you a bonus point, I would just tell you, when you write down your speech, make bullet points. That's a very short bullet point, and elaborate a little bit on it, and give them plenty of points to take home, because if you give them a long drawn out story, I think they would get bored. And yes, another bonus point, when you're giving a presentation, if in case you see people yawning and fidgety on their chairs, address the issue and say that I kind of noticed that all of you are kind of bored, and I kind of feel that you're uneasy. Would you like a break? So I think you have to really be aware and interact with your audience to make your speaking interesting. So that was public speaking. Now the next one, in terms of training, what can you do in terms of training? The the first one in terms of training is know your subject. It's very important for a trainer to know his subject very well, because a lot of trainers who have opinions, some of them have a little bit of research knowledge, but in order to be a really good trainer, you have to research incessantly. I mean, you have to be crazy. You see the books at the back. I mean, it's not just for show purpose. It is actually for reading. It is actually for researching. So spend time researching. Know your subject is point number one. Second point is research. Third one is make sure that your clients, all the people, they get value for money, because everyone is looking, to make sure that the time that they spend, value has been given to them. Don't waste their time. Make sure that you give them some amount of value in return. Point number four is make it engaging. When you make it engaging, what do I mean by engaging is involve them also. Don't just be you talk and they listen. Involve them in the process. Talk to them. Let them talk. Let them share their views. Make it a two-way process. And point number five, make it entertaining. Education need not be boring. It should be fun. Use videos, use games, whatever it takes to make the training fun. And as a added bonus, what I would say is go for other trainings which are maybe expensive. You learn a lot more from them. How I've improved in terms of being a trainer, I've gone for really expensive training, some of the best in the world. Some of them I couldn't afford, but I still went for them, and that has given me insight as to how to become a better trainer. So these are the 5 points in terms of training. Finally, in terms of PowerPoint, what can you do in terms of PowerPoint? Now, the mistake that people make in terms of PowerPoint is they use PowerPoint as a mechanism to hide behind. I mean, they put up the PowerPoint, then they look at the PowerPoint, and they start reading from the PowerPoint. Never do that. A PowerPoint is not a replacement for a speaker. If you're going to read from a PowerPoint, you might as well print it out and give it to them. So, in order to have PowerPoint, remember, the first principle is a PowerPoint is a tool to enhance your speaking, enhance your delivery, enhance your the content of your speech, but it is not to replace you. So don't read from a PowerPoint, and don't have so much of data scattered around. Like, don't write full sentences. The first one is, like I told you, it's a tool to enhance, not a tool to read. The second one is, if you have to put data, just put 3 by 3. I follow the principle 3 by 3. 3 words and 3 lines. That's about it. Make it large, make it big so that people can see it. Don't put more than that. So when you are challenged to put only 3 words, obviously you'll put the main point. You'll put just a point there where people look and wonder, what is this? So that is where you have to explain. Point number 3 is have images. People love images. Images speak 1,000 words, like they say. Have images, and make sure that there is 1 point per slide. Don't have too many images there also, and have high quality images. Point number 4 is never post all your data right up front in the first slide. So if you have 10 points and you put everything right up front, people will start reading and not looking at you. So if you're going to speak about a point, put the point up, speak about it, then let the next point come. So you have to learn a little bit of animation there, which is pretty simple. And point number 5 is never write complete sentences and paragraphs. Never put a paragraph. There are a lot of people who put paragraphs. I think that's a stupid mistake. So never do that. So, my dear friend, these are the points that I gave you in terms of speaking, training, and PowerPoint. The first one is in speaking, in a summary. First one is get a speaking mentor. Second one is where public speaking is concerned. Remember, more the experience, the better you get. Point number 3 is write down your speech. Like, see, I've written down my points. Point number 4 is listen to your speech and critique yourself. Point number 5 is cut down whatever you have to say into half. So what happens is you only cherry pick the best. Point number 6 is make a point to tell a story. Point number 7 is keep it short. Point number 9 is make it interesting. Point number 10 is keep practicing. Practice until you improve. And as a bonus point is write down bullet points, because when you write more bullet points, people's attention is focused. In terms of training, the 5 points that I gave you is, first is know your subject. Second one is research. Third one is make sure that your clients get value for money. Fourth one, make it engaging. Fifth one is make it entertaining. And in PowerPoints, how to be a better PowerPoint presenter. One is PowerPoint is a tool to enhance your presentation and not to hide behind. Second one is use the 3 by 3 principle, 3 points and 3 lines. That's about it. Point number 3 is have a single image, high quality image in per slide. Point number 4 is don't put up all the data on a slide, it'll confuse people. And point number 5 is never write complete sentences and make it a whole paragraph. That would really help. So these are some of the tips that I'll give you, Arif. Thank you very much for writing to me, and I hope it helps you. Have any questions, send me an email. Be more than happy to help you out. Cheers. See you. Oh, yes, one more thing. If you have any questions, loy@loymachedo.com. Send it across, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Goodbye.